Okay, so this is another one that is we covered it last week about Ben Stiller saying that comedy is different because Trump's in the office and all this other stuff.
Whatever.
He did another freaking Variety article. Ben Stiller says that the term Nepo baby is a selling point, kind of like that Brat Pack thing. Like, in my opinion, he's kind of just trying to stay relevant, yes? He hasn't done a movie since the second Zoolander, and that freaking bombed.
I think he's at the point where he can just do whatever he wants when he wants. He's just stacked with that. With that Hollywood money.
So during his recent appearance on a Howard Stern show, Ben Stiller gave his thoughts on the term Nepo baby, which describes children of celebrity parents who became famous themselves. Stiller, who recently immortalized the life of his own famous parents in his documentary Stiller and Meara, Nothing is Lost, said he considered the monarch more of a selling point than a put down. I think it's kind of like the Brat Pack thing, right? New York Magazine, they coined a phrase and then it's just become a thing, Stiller said. But it's always been what it is in humanity and life. It's like you buy a violin and Stradivarius or whatever, and it's been in family for hundreds of years. That's a selling point.
Okay.
Stiller added that it doesn't understand that there's no other arguments to be made about the access of all of those things. However, he was also pointed out when he was growing up in the industry, he also saw that the less glamorous side of Hollywood. He did not get invited to the parties just because, or he got invited to the parties because he was Jerry Stiller's son.
Yes, although I will say I would say he's more. He has bigger notoriety than his parents, Helen Meara and Jerry Stiller, ever had.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the doors were opened for him. So for him to say it's just a selling point, I think that's ludicrous. When he was a young comic, just getting into the business, his last name mattered. And for him to say it was just a selling point, I don't agree.
No, he wouldn't have a career if it weren't for his parents.
Yes, because in his first movie, and I'm a movie guy, okay? Mm-hmm. And I watched the first movie, and I'm not going to be like, oh, keep an eye on that Stiller guy because he's Jerry, he's famous son of somebody who's successful. Mm-hmm. Like, I never thought that. I as soon as I watch the movie, I want to see if you're talented. I want to see if I'm entertained, you're talented, you can carry a movie. End of story. But don't carry what your last name is.
But people like him and Adam Sandler, they don't have to be good because they're just flush with cash. They could do whatever they want, and there's people that will watch it, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it was fun. I never really imagined that I would spend that much time not acting. Wasn't a planned thing, but I was kind of just waiting around for something that I really connected with, and been doing work behind the camera a lot. And so when I got this email from David, it was kind of this wonderful gift out of the blue, and we'd been talking over the years about trying to do something together, and he just sent me this project, and he had it all thought out in his head in terms of just the idea of what he wanted the movie to be, in terms of working with the kids, shooting on their farm. It sounded like such a unique experience, and it felt so organic to me. It felt like you just really were passionate about this idea, and wanted to work with you anyway, but this was a specific thing that you really wanted, it felt like, to get out and to make, because there was an urgency about it, I think, that you had because of these kids being kids, and they're not going to be kids forever, and wanting to capture them. And that inspiration for me was so exciting, and was really one of the reasons why I wanted to just jump in.
And David, this is also, you've been doing a lot of big studio films, horror films. What was it about Nutcrackers that, why was this the kind of project that you wanted to make at this point?
For so many reasons. Most of my career, I find a comfort zone, then I shatter that and jump into something new. I find a new comfort zone.
Yeah, they're talking about like a latest project, so we'll move on. But yeah, I mean, the meat and potatoes of the article is basically him just saying about being a Nepo baby. And he didn't like the term.
Well, he's okay. I mean, have some humility. You were handed the world on a silver platter. A, because you come from, famous parents. And there's another reason that I won't discuss on this show, but I don't know, man. Like, I'm not saying Ben Stiller's not talented.
Oh, I like Something About Mary is a great freaking comedy. I love Something About Mary.
But there's a lot of people that can make that movie or make something just as enjoyable that don't, aren't in a.
And the first Zoolander was funny. The second Zoolander was freaking retarded and dumb, but.
I'll be back in a minute.
All right. So yeah, Ben Stiller, and of course, as soon as you look up Ben Stiller on IMDb, the first pictures are with him and his parents. So for him to sit there and be like a Nepo baby, like in your IMDb, you basically have you and your parents in the photos. So it's like, come on, dude, like. Recognize that, yes, the doors were opened to you that most people don't have those doors open to you. But you still have to grab that. You still have to succeed. You still have to pick good projects and get viewership and all that stuff. So you still have to put the work in. But for him to just be automatically like, well, I'm not a Nepo baby and I don't like that term. It's like, come on, get out of here. So yeah, let's see, here's some previous stuff. The Hunt for Mount. Oh, okay. So he had the Ben Stiller Show in 1992 and 1995. He's an executive producer. That was his second project, his second mainstream project. Don't tell me that the doors weren't open for him to do that because his last name was Stiller. That's like, come on. Like you're not being very. I don't know. You're not being appreciative of the doors that were open for you. You're just kind of like, well, I don't like that term. So yeah, he did the Ben Stiller Show for 3 seasons. That was like his second project ever. Like, I'm sorry, the doors are not open to you to have your own TV show for 3 years if your last name isn't Stiller.
It was handed to him.
Yes.
He took the ball and ran with it.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying that when you were gone, that you still have to put the work in. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean shit because there's a lot of people that are Nepo babies that didn't do jack shit.
Right. Look at Pauly Shore. What happened to his career?
Yeah. So Zoolander, that shit was funny as hell. Starsky and Hutch, Dodgeball's great. I love Dodgeball. So there's so many freaking Blades of Glory. That was pretty funny. So Tropic Thunder, of course. So there's so many freaking Ben Stiller movies that I enjoy. It's just for him to sit there and be like, well, I don't like the term, so, well, embrace it.
Should embrace. Correct. I was just about to say the word embrace. Go, yeah, I got my opportunities because of my parents.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I take those opportunities?
Yeah, you still have to put the work in, regardless if your last name is Stiller or not.
Yeah, it's even
you
like
got to put the work in.
When people, well, you only have money because your parents are rich. You just go, well, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing.
We're supposed to give it away? Well, yeah.